So here I am, taking a look at the stock market before it opens, and also taking a look at the real estate market. It is 9:21. In about 9 minutes, the stock market opens. It is July 6th, 2021. So what I was doing was I was actually taking a look at houses around New York State that are worth less than $100,000 if I wanted to buy one. And as you can see right here on this side, there are a number of houses that are less than $100,000, some of which actually look pretty good. There's a number of foreclosures. I don't really look at foreclosures because the problem with foreclosures is you have to pay them completely in cash, and I'd rather not do that. I actually like to save my cash. And considering right now that real estate rates are at their lowest point in basically history, where you can get a 3% for a 30-year fixed, it's like I would much rather do the financing and then pay off the finance like later on. And I have reasons that I would prefer to do it like that. Most people who do have cash don't want to spend their cash. They would rather keep their cash as a safety net, because the thing about it is you finance something, they can always take it from you if you don't want to pay for it, or you could always turn around and resell it and you don't have to worry about taking any losses. But it all depends what your personal strategy is. In fact, there's some people who prefer to do business leasing, or they use business debt in order to buy these places. But it's actually amazing when you look around and you look at all these parts of New York that nobody wants to live in. And the sad thing is, as you get closer and closer to New York City and Long Island, I should say, because New York City is part of Long Island, it's like the places increase in value, but they look shittier and shittier and shittier. Meanwhile, if you go all the way out here and you look at some of these places that are far, far, far. Whoa, what the fuck is this? This guy is a Yankees fan and his house looks like shit. But anyway, um, as you move further and further away, you start to see better and better properties as you move way far away from Long Island. But see, nobody wants to live in no goddamn Buffalo. Nobody wants to live out here. Yeah, look at this place. 64,000. This place is crap. So I will say this. The beautiful thing is that, let's say you're a person. Oh shit! This place is look like it's about to burn down. And this guy's got an old Jeep Grand Cherokee. Damn. Damn, these places look terrible. But if you're willing to put the money into some of these places to rebuild some of them, I mean, you can do pretty well. The only other problem is your neighbors, because some of these neighbors suck. Look at the, oh my God, this place looks terrible. But it's small. I mean, it's in decent condition, but it's so small. Ugh. Yeah, but see, now here's the thing. Where I live, you come down here to Long Island and New York City, and then you say, okay, well, there ain't nothing available for under $100,000. But let's say if we increase this range to 500,000. 500,000, two beds, two baths. Yeah, you can find stuff at 500,000. But now look at this. If you look at 300,000, now 300,000 should be what you want to look at. But as you can see, there ain't that many places. And as you get further and further and further away from New York City, property taxes go higher and higher. While the like if you look inside New York City, most of these places suck. Look at this. This looks like a crack house. Most of these anything that's inside New York City for less than $300,000 is basically a trap house, and this is what they look like. I've showed you some of these videos. These are basically all trap houses. Now I can tell just based on the area, because I know this area very well, where this house is. This is a park right here with water, but this water never gets high enough to actually flood this area. The floodplain that they've set aside is actually pretty sufficient. This river is never, well, I'm sorry, river. This pond has never flooded. But the problem is this area sucks. Like this area, all of the houses look like this. And if this place is 200,000, then my guess is it must be falling apart, because most of the houses in this area that are 200,000, those places are either foreclosures, short sales, or they're falling apart. Most of the houses like this are about $400,000 to $500,000 because of the price of inflation. So, as you can see, the housing market sucks for us. Now, I was looking for a third house to invest in, and the reason why I was doing it now is because right now the terms of the 30-year fixed are so low. So this is what $300,000 looks like out in Freeport. But one thing you can do is you take a look at this map. And when you take a look at this map, you can see it's right next to this water. Now, you may remember Hurricane Sandy. When we had Hurricane Sandy flooded pretty much all the nearby houses. So a lot of these houses actually have water damage. Damn shame, really. And this looks to be like a nice house, but the problem is you can never be too certain, especially when you're talking about having water nearby. That just screws everything up. But they said this is a four bedroom, two bath. But the second house that I recently purchased is actually worth more than this house. And the sad thing is, this is actually a slightly larger house. But you could tell just by looking at the materials that this place isn't in great condition. A lot of these people who live in Long Island don't take care of their properties, mostly because they're spending so much money just to live there. It's a damn shame. So, yeah, I usually use Zillow when I want to look for properties, but the proper way to do it is to use a realtor or go on MLS if you're looking for a property. But you ain't finding nothing good. You're really not finding much good. So the stock market is about to open up. So what should we be looking for? We have about 2 minutes. It's 9:27. Stock market news live updates. Stock futures drift near records. Oil prices advance. So that basically, if you're new to this channel and you've never watched any of my videos before, let me just explain it like this. There's one of my portfolios that I actually share on YouTube for full disclosure, and people have been watching it grow over time. I guess one of the last milestones was hitting $25,000. I originally started with $5,000, and basically I went long into oil stocks, bank stocks, and every now and then I sold off something in order to purchase more stock in something else that I thought that was going to rise eventually. As you can see right here on my view list, I bought NVIDIA stock. I have 20 shares of NVIDIA total, and 3 of those shares I just recently purchased around $630, I believe. And NVIDIA is about to do a stock split. So I have gained off of one portfolio about $500 and something. And I think in the other portfolio I've done a lot more, but you'd have to do the math because I got it under $300. Then I've also invested in electric car companies, specifically Chinese electric car manufacturers like KNDI, NIO. I have invested in Tesla, but Elon Musk fucked up and invested in Bitcoin, and that pretty much destroyed the stock value. And he's also given a lot of opportunity for Ford, GM, and Chrysler to catch up with their own electric vehicles, as well as other companies like Volkswagen and Polestar and whatnot. And I will say this, a lot of new cars that are electric are going to end up being shipped here from China. We have about 1 minute till the stock market opens up. But as you can see, Bitcoin ain't doing shit. All these fake ass gurus talking shit. They said Bitcoin was going to be $100,000 by summer. Nothing happened because you're fakes. And you don't know anything except what you read or heard. It's all speculation, you fakes. Fake ass gurus. Same thing goes for Ripple. Ripple was supposed to be $100 by now from what they were saying back in 2018. Most of my stocks have been pretty good because I'm like Warren Buffett. I'm like a Warren Buffett style stock investor. What I do is I go after stocks that pay dividends. So the market is about to, there it is. The market opened. So right now, let's just watch. Right now, I am at $28,778. Now, this is minus the sell-offs because I did sell off. I sold off about $10,000 worth of stock, so I could have been a lot higher, but I did sell off $10,000. Oil stocks have been very, very good to me. So right now, I am at $78 gain for the day. So as you can see, I'm also upfront about my losses. If you add up my losses, you got $216, $206, $191, $109, $90. These are my losses right here thus far. And I'm not worried about the losses because if you really look at them closely, I mean, Berkshire Hathaway B, I'm only down like $58. Most of these are small. I've made so much money that I don't even look at the losses. KNDI was trading above $6 like last week. And part of the reason why the electric vehicle companies in China had so much problem was because during the now gone Trump presidency, he was talking so much shit about China. He was making things hard for them. But now that he's gone, China is free to do what they have to do, and they are free to boost my stock values, make me some money. Now, I know there's a lot of Trump ass kissers and butt lickers that are not happy to hear me say that, but that's your goddamn problem. You know what? A lot of people, I've noticed a lot of people lately don't seem to understand the free market. Free market trading means there are no sanctions. Free market trading means that businesses are able to succeed or fail based on their own practices. Free market trading means that any country can trade with any other country and nobody gets in the way of that. The issue that I think America has with the free market is that this country itself has programmed these people to be consumers rather than producers. Meanwhile, China is producing more than it consumes. And you'd think that a country that has 330 million people would be consuming less than a country that has 1.5 billion. Unfortunately, as I said, this country has trained these people to be a bunch of consumers who are fucking dumb, don't know shit. They don't even know their own laws. It's pathetic. It's sad. I hate arguing with these people because these people don't read anything. They don't learn anything. All they live for is to consume. It's really sad. Let's do an update. Let's see if that... Okay, so I'm at 70, 77. I'm down like $1, maybe. I am not a day trader. I do not sit in front of a computer screen all day. I'm not a day trader. I just kind of, I don't want to really call it gambling because these are actually decent investments for the future. But ultimately, I'm going to take this stock portfolio. I'm going to push it to $100,000. After that, I'm going to basically ignore it. I'm just going to stop using it. Because $100,000 is really nothing in the grand scheme. It's a lot of money, yes, but it's nothing in the grand scheme because I already got 2 houses. I'm looking to buy a 3rd house. That's what I really want. If I were to cash out of one of my portfolios, I would easily have the down payment to put on a house. But if I were to cash out 100% of one of my portfolios, I'd be able to buy the house cash, which I am not doing. I would rather keep the money in the market and keep on getting these dividends because ultimately... in 10 years, I plan on retiring at 50. I will retire, and I'm going to kiss this entire system goodbye. And that's just that. So, let's see. We're still up 7. What is this? 28,707. Listen, they said stock futures are up. It's time to go up. Oh, shit! We're down $19. Oh, my God. What are we losing? What are we losing? What's going on here? Oh, my God. It's down $19. Listen. This is just early morning sell-offs. If you notice, I have made my highest gains in oil stock right here. This is SM, Silica, CPE, LPI. I've made my highest gains in oil stock. Now, they said oil stock was up. Like, some people are complaining. They're like, oh, yeah, Biden's got the gas prices of $4. The gas is going up. Me personally, I don't give a fuck because I got so much oil stock that I will negate whatever losses incurred, especially while I'm collecting those dividends while your dumbass is busy at Shell filling up your tank on number 7. But I'm not worried about that. So, what? $38. Uh-oh. It looks like we're bleeding today. We got a little bit of blood coming. I ain't selling nothing. I'm holding. By holding, I've been nothing but up. I'm going to stay calm and hold. No big deal. I'm not worried about it. $38 is nothing in the grand scheme. I think within about a month, we're going to be way up, especially once September gets here. I'm not even worried about it. But it looks like the oil stocks are having a little bit of a sell-off. But just so you understand, if you take a look at my adjusted, like if you just look at my gains, if you look at my gains, my top gainers are oil. SM, Fiat Chrysler, I got like 100 shares right here, but I have a total of 1,100 shares. So that's Fiat Chrysler Stellantis, they call it now, is up like $36. SLCA, let's see, I'm down for today $24, and the price is $12. But I bought it at $1.48. I'm up $1,150. The problem, a lot of people panic. I don't panic, and I don't sell. When I buy these dividend stocks like SM right here, I ain't panicking. I ain't selling. It's going. I'm up $2,209 on SM alone, with a dividend yield of 0.8%. Listen, I ain't worried about that. Now, I heard a lot of people panicking. They're saying, oh, there's supposed to be a stock sell-off or whatever. If there is a stock sell-off, as far as I'm concerned, for me, that's a signal to buy. You know, like these losers with cryptocurrency have done? Let's see how cryptocurrency is doing. How are they doing? What are they doing right now? What are they doing? Uh-oh. Okay, so Bitcoin is still low. Ethereum is at 23,308. Shiba Inu. They won't stop talking about this fucking Ponzi scheme shit, that or SafeMoon and Dogecoin. Those things really aren't performing. But most people, they have the exact same theory that I have when it comes to holding the line. But the thing about it is, when I hold, I get dividends. While you hold, all you get is hope. I get dividends, you get hope. We get dividend payments off the stocks that we hold. Off the stocks that we hold. There are no cryptocurrencies that pay dividends. Now, there are some people who try to argue that point, and they'll say, oh, yeah, well, there is this one company that if you hold it, they'll pay you. It's like, listen, that's not a dividend stock, and you can't make it a dividend stock even by hoping that it would some way be a dividend stock. It's just not. That's the bottom line. So my thing is, I'm not worried about the where we go. Yeah, I'm not worried about the temporary losses. My focus is over the long term. By age 50, I intend to have at least $2 million worth of assets. And that I've got, what, 10 years to do it? 10 years? I ain't even worried about it. The safest thing you can do, and usually the best movements that you can make, is dividend stocks. Warren Buffett turned into a motherfucking billionaire by going for the dividend stocks. And he also bought into companies where he knows the product and he knows people use this stuff every single day. So my thing is, because people keep asking me this, oh, what's the best stuff to invest in? Well, ultimately, I'm supposed to say it like this, and I'll say this in closing. We're not supposed to give financial advice at all. We're not supposed to do it, especially on YouTube. So all I'm going to say is, personally, my biggest investments are real estate, banks, and oil. Because for the foreseeable future, oil is the energy that powers everything. Banks, banks ain't going nowhere. I mean, this is not like 2008. There was a couple of banks that got bought up by some other banks during the bailout. This is not 2008. Banks now, all of their stocks pretty much pay a dividend for the most part. And those banks have gotten stronger and stronger and stronger, especially under the pandemic. And as you see all these people who are unemployed, a lot of these people are going to turn to the banks for loans. A lot of these people are going to the banks for car loans on inflated values of these cars. A lot of people are buying houses on inflated values. When the bank says they're giving you a 30-year mortgage, that's 30 fucking years. So the thing about it is, these banks have their claws in you for 30 years. 30 years. I'm not worried about JP Morgan and Capital One and Citigroup and Bank of America. I'm not worried about Wells Fargo. I'm not worried about them. We're doing great. The dividends are coming. And that's just how it is. So all I can say is, don't let these people sucker you into this fucking cryptocurrency bullshit. At the end of the day, there's somebody waiting with their finger near the sell button for you to pile into there so that they can cash out your money. It's a Ponzi scheme. Now, some people will try to argue, oh, the US dollar is this and that, and they'll try to argue that the stock market is the same thing. At the end of the day, while my money is sitting there, I'm collecting dividends. What are you collecting out of some damn cryptocurrency? The answer is nothing. So they're also talking about, we're talking about these electric car companies, because see, here's the big thing. Right now is the ground floor for these electric car companies. Most of these countries are legislating that people are going to have to buy electric cars. Now, America's not going to do that up front because we're supposed to have freedom and all that, but most of that's illusion. So the thing about it is, these other countries with these totalitarian governments, dictatorships, they're coming right out and saying, listen, guess what? If y'all want a car, you're going to get an electric car. That's it. So what you need to do is focus on those dictatorships and those totalitarian countries where they say, guess what, everybody? This is what you're getting. Those are the companies you want. Because when you buy into those companies are destined to succeed specifically because of the government. It's like economics 101. The government pays for what it gets. The government gets what it pays for. They say if the government subsidizes something, it gets more of it. If the government subsidizes electric cars, you get Tesla. You get more Teslas. You get a Model Y, a Model 3. The people's car. That's what Volkswagen means. It means the people's car. So now you got Volkswagen putting out ID4s, and you got them trying to put out Audi e-trons and whatnot. Those are the companies you go after. And as you can see, commodities, oil, crude oil, gold, these things are up. Everything's basically up when it comes to commodities, specifically because we're going through a period of stagflation. Stagflation means that the buying power of our dollar has gone down because of poorly targeted government programs. So as you can see, by not allowing the free market to be the free market, America has created a stock market bubble and a real estate bubble and a student loan bubble and a bubble in fucking video cards and a bubble in PlayStation 5s and they've created bubbles everywhere. Everything's price is going up. That's the bottom line. So the question is, okay, either I can whine and cry about it and put the blame on Obama or Biden or Trump, or I can figure out ways to make some money off of the situation. I choose the latter.